Hey guys, this is Brendan Mejia from Power Rangers Dino Charge.
This is Jack Guzman. I play Danny Delgado as the Black Ranger on Wild Ford.
Hey, it's Mike Chen. This is the Gold Power Ranger from Power Rangers RPM.
And this is Steve Cardenas, a.k.a. Rocky the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
My name is Peter Sidarso. I play Preston, the Blue Ninja Steel Ranger, and Marvin, the Red Hyperforce Ranger.
Hey guys, this is Tracy Lynn Cruz.
Do you like dancing and do you like Power Rangers? Well, make sure to come to Morphicon 2018 to the Angel Grove High School Prom. I'll see you there.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the Angel Grove High School Prom Party hosted by that hashtag show. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. Come out and have some fun. Peace.
Come join me at the Angel Grove Prom at PMC 2018. I've never been to a prom because in New Zealand we don't have prom. So join me. It's going to be my first. Crown me, prom king. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
And I need you guys to make sure you join me at the Angel Grove Senior Prom at Power Morphicon this year.
And I want to see you at the hashtag show's Angel Grove Prom at Power Morphicon.
I want to welcome you to
Are we live? We are live. Sorry for no live stream yesterday, folks. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. You're
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to everyone that's, I don't know if any of you guys are. Whatever.
They're not. Guys, we weren't here live yesterday. We apologize. There was no internet where we were. Ryan, get out of the Hyper RPG stream right now and come here fully. I need your full attention. Thanks so much, Ryan. But we are live. We weren't here yesterday. We couldn't get internet. However, panel, which was hosted by us, by me in particular, is going to be tomorrow's Morphin Monday.
Yes.
So you'll get a chance to watch Ciara Hanna, Brendan Mejia, Christopher Kamen Lee, Davi Santos talk about what they want to see from the Hasbro era of Power Rangers.
Really?
Y'all sound like Screw and Chopped. I don't know what that means.
Screwed?
What does that mean?
Like, really slow. And like,
Let's see.
Monday,
Yeah, hear that?
we sound chopped and screwed.
No, this is our voices.
Sorry, guys. We were working on a car for Fast and Furious and a lot of
Are you
nods.
feeling all right? Yes, we're feeling fine. This is the way we talk.
Yeah, we hung out with Rangers yesterday, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We always do it, and it's great.
with my mom date.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got some really at the panel. Fans there. I'm telling you, you don't feel it was, but I feel like the audience was like captivated.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when we would do After Darks, and I remember watching an episode of one of After Darks, and you guys sounded like this the whole time. Yeah. Hey, don't make fun of our voices the way we speak.
Yeah, I mean, God, why do you have to do that? What person are you?
You know what? Just for that, no more Monday tomorrow. I just can't. It's canceled.
The end.
Daniel, nice shirt. You're already getting it in chat.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, let's. We don't have news.
Well, shoot, you know where you get this shirt, actually? You can get it over there at TeePublic. That's where you can get the shirt, tpublic.com/that #show. That's actually where I got this shirt. And you can get shirts just like this. There's usually sales almost always running. And if you don't see one happening immediately, just go ahead and put in your email address or your phone number, and they'll be able to give you 15% off your next purchase. So you're always able to get something. You can get shirts like, well, our hashtag logo, which is a real popular one right now at the moment, Doctor Strange, Deadpool, and even the Battlestar Galactica shirt. So head over there.
Yeah, you ready for the Battlestar Galactica quiz?
Nope, not ready at all. Cylons is the answer. Cylons.
I don't know what's wrong with voices. Let's listen to it.
Always able to get something.
Yeah, I know what's wrong.
Yeah, we don't. Sorry. This is gonna be it for this is the episode, the Chopped and Screwed episode. You notice someone's missing.
We got a super chat from Jezzer. This is why Jezzer should be here on Sundays.
I think so.
Now, Joe is the Jack or the Joe is the Jack or the hen dog. I don't know what that means.
Jack.
Oh. This is not. This right here is Red Bull.
Yeah, it's what grown-ups drink.
Red Bull.
Who doesn't love Red Bull?
Hey, Deckelmeier. All right, listen. We're gonna get this audio thing fixed. Fix the freaking audio.
How far is the camera? Can they see?
No, they can't see that. All right, so let's just talk about some Power Ranger stuff. Earlier this week, we dropped a big exclusive. And let me just tell you right now, real quick. I said that there were going to be 2. There weren't 2. There was 1. The reason why there was 1 is because I wanted to hold off on 1 to make you wait. No, it wasn't to make you wait. It's fixed, I heard. Let's listen to it.
Fix the freaking audio. Oh, that sounds about right.
It's fixed. Okay. So the whole thing that this week we should towards the end of this week I should say, we should have that second exclusive. That's gonna be.
I don't know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a big spoiler for what the anniversary issue is going to be about. So that'll be cool. Secondly, I want to talk about something. We did reveal the Rangers that we were returning. We revealed 8 of them.
Yeah.
Since we didn't Ranger wrap up, you want to talk about that?
Okay, I don't remember exactly who they were though.
That didn't come off good.
Ciara,
Jason David Frank, Steve Cardenas, Gemma from RPM.
There you go. Okay.
Jason Font.
Wait, so I just think so they're gonna bring Gemma out, her brother.
That's right. The call went out to everybody. Certain people declined it. Certain people they didn't respond back to.
See, I would love to know now
our voice got deeper again.
I would love to know when they asked for when the call went out.
What the hell's going on with their audio?
When they asked for when the call went out, I wonder, being honest, behind the curtain, how much was the book? And I wonder if it was below some other people, and they were like, well, no, I'm not gonna. I would lose money by flying out, doing his bottom line, and going, yeah. I wonder if that's the case.
It could be, maybe not. Who knows? Another thing that
scheduling
that has a lot to do with it. But we should be dropping our second exclusive on that. Oh, look, we got another super chat. Toka Kid, I'm happy for Yoshi is returning for it, and Steve.
That's right.
Yeah, Steve will be there. But yes, the next one, watch out for it. It's the plot. There's only everyone that was there that shot it, Saban executives, and us. You don't even know, actually.
I don't even know. I don't even know right now. That's why I was sitting there what's he gonna kind of just drop? And I'm like, I can figure it out. But okay, all right. So we'll find that out on Monday or next week.
We'll find it out by the end of the week, I should say. By the end of the week, guys, I'm really excited. You know why? Why am I really excited?
Well, I don't know.
No, I'm excited because the World Cup started. My country's not in it.
Yeah. No.
Your country's not in it.
Nope, Haiti is not in it.
No, I meant the United States.
Oh, yeah.
They're not in it either.
America's not in it.
Neither is Canada. However, I am.
Go Germany.
I'm not pulling for Germany. I should be pulling for Germany though.
I'm boy for country. I'm down.
I have roots. I have German roots, hence my last name. Yeah. So I'm pulling for Germany. They're the favorites to win though. Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to our next topic of choice. Not the show, but the super chat. Yeah. What the super chat does is it helps support the show. It helps give you guys cool prizes. Actually, anybody that came out to our convention, or not convention, but it came out to make an appearance with us over the weekend, we gave out everything for free.
My God. We had super chat. We had a dancing group that usually retail runs for almost $80 or some odd $90. We gave that out. We gave the VR augmented reality helmet, Iron Man helmet, which runs about $100 to $125 retail. Gave it for free. We had pop figures. We gave an exclusive Marvel poster for Cloak and Dagger. My God, we gave a lot of stuff. Incredible bags that you can only get when going to the mirror on the lot. We gave those away also. My God, we gave a lot of stuff away, all for free, to make sure that people were able to have fun there at Toyzilla's event. And it was a success.
Was a success. I was thinking that maybe, we already. Oh, I can't. You already saw what we have looking for Morphicon. Look at that.
Yeah.
2026 World Cup. Joe, you'll get your chance. I will get my chance. 2026. Canada is going all the way.
Wow.
Canada's never won a World Cup, by the way.
No. Haiti was good last time, though.
Haiti's never been good in soccer.
No, we were there. We were there last time.
How hard is it?
We didn't win. Oh, how hard is it? Apparently, it must be very hard. You have to make it this year.
The U.S. is terrible, though. Soccer's not for the U.S. People should go to this stuff. Yeah, Toe Kid was out there, and DT Cosplay was out there with us yesterday. And speaking of something else, we have the THS hashtaggers, which is our Facebook group for you guys. It's developed and made for you guys. Daniel,
explain what that is.
Like Joe said, it's developed and made for you guys, for you, by you, to make sure that we can help you guys, be able to communicate with us, talk to us in any shape or form or fashion, as long as it's on Facebook. So you can talk to like-minded geeks about like-minded geek stuff. You like comics, television, film, games, board or any otherwise anime, anything you like, you're able to actually start a discussion there, and people will converse with you. You can post things there. A lot of people like to make memes, put that up there. Do anything.
We're completely frozen now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At least on this monitor we are.
Yeah, but I don't think. Oh, wait. Yep.
Oh, we're dark.
We're okay.
Are we back?
Are we back?
Are we?
There's an echo.
There's an echo.
Oh my God. What is going on?
What is going on
today? Oh shoot. Okay, are we?
I don't know.
Okay, are we?
Are we back?
Are we live? Are we running?
Are we back?
Are we live? Are we running? Can someone tell us? Okay, yeah, that's us.
I don't know what's going on.
Sorry, guys. We apologize. Having a little bit of a technicality. Sometimes it's hard after being away for so long, coming back.
Oh wait, we were here 7 days ago.
Look. I'm saying we were gone. Make an excuse here. Thank you.
I don't make excuses. This sucks.
The team's working, just so bear with us.
I don't know what's going on. Echo and freezing randomly. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna blame Jezzer because he's like, oh, I don't have to come.
JD, when's the last time? Let's see. Oh, now we're not even synced up. Audio's not even synced up.
Did you see the Infinity condoms?
No.
Oh my God.
The Infinity condoms.
Oh man. They're real.
Let me know when we're actually like on. Now the picture's out. It's like, we're just gonna talk. We're gonna talk for the next 45 minutes. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I think we're ready.
You look fine. The audio's coming out of the camera though, not the mics. So.
All right, so speak up, speak clearly.
So pretty much what's going on right now is that we don't know. We have shitty mics. This is why we need super chats. It's because
see, I'm telling
we need better equipment.
There you go. We'd be able to get a lot of stuff done. We're doing a lot of this out of our pockets, guys. Sometimes money runs kind of thin.
Yeah, I know. We provide the best Power Ranger content, and this is the thanks we get.
God, I don't get it.
Feel me. You know what? Now you guys are in for a treat. This is gonna be one of those shows.
All right.
This is gonna be the shows where we kind of just shoot the shit, especially since I can now. And let's be honest, I always could.
Yeah.
But usually I like having a formatted show, talking about the shit we're gonna talk about. Not tonight.
Nah.
So now we're just gonna take your questions.
Oh, nice.
Now we're gonna take your questions. I got some guy in the chat that wanted me to roast him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. I don't know why. I don't know why people.
What do you look like?
What do you don't have to, Layla. Don't feel obligated to super chat. It's just do it out of the kindness of your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I do like?
I like freeform support.
Is this a promo? I don't know what that means. Is this a promo?
I'm like wrestling. Are you cutting a promo?
I'm not cutting a promo. I don't do that stuff anymore.
Not yet.
Here's the deal. So I'm gonna speak very candidly about I don't understand why, and I will eventually talk about these episodes. However, I don't understand why. I understand why people hold the first season of Mighty Morphin in such high regard because it is the thing that started it all.
Yeah.
However, some of these episodes are god awful.
Some of these episodes, when you're watching, we're doing the whole retro thing. It's like pulling teeth.
But
it's tough.
But one thing I do respect about the old era of Power Rangers that we don't necessarily get now is this form of serialized storytelling, and the most iconic. Let's be honest. One of the most iconic storylines from Power Rangers was the Green with Evil saga.
Yeah.
5 parts, right?
Yeah.
5 parts. Why couldn't Forever Red be 5 parts? Why couldn't the Super Mega War be 5 parts, or whatever the fuck it was called, Legacy War? Why couldn't? No, but
right.
it don't. No, couldn't, because you still got all those people out there, and you can just lead it up into 5 parts and make the big giant battle the last part. You can sparingly have shot each person's thing to make it a little bit more extended. And then even that whole season, they brought back other people and didn't really even tie it in, because those people they brought back weren't even in the fucking thing. They should have just shot the footage with those people, the B-roll, and then made it all together. Saban, thank God, it is leaving your hands.
Welcome to the Hasbro
Jesus.
era. You're excited. So you're excited about the Hasbro era.
Woo!
What are you?
You know what else I'm excited for? I love Kyle Higgins. I love Boom Studios. However, I'm really excited for Marguerite Bennett to take over, mainly because, have you seen her team, her lineup? She's thinking outside of the effing box. That's exactly what this franchise needs.
What is her lineup?
It needs. It's the Magna Defender. It's like a whole new group of team. It's like a whole mixed match of team. Yeah, that's her lineup. I'm down for that. It's like Yoshi's character Koda.
What's her reason for doing it? Like how?
We don't know the story yet. We don't know. This is what I like.
Okay, I'm interested.
That's right. People, I don't know, man. People also hold like, who is it? Serenity, who comes in our chat from time to time,
Every once in a while.
thinking that, and you'll see Serenity pop in and there, and I'm sure a lot of you fans either agree or disagree. I think that Serenity's like, oh, how can anything be better than MMPR? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, listen, I understand that certain things start off everything, right? Listen. Action Comics #1 was the first Superman comic. Does that make it the best? Absolutely not.
No.
So, just because it's the first does not make it the best. And I want everyone to realize that. We're also getting the Talon Ranger. He's called the Dark Ranger now. I had a story for that as well. Like, I pitched the story, because Daniel didn't even know the full story of Cosmic Protectors in the universe.
No.
And I pitched the full idea to him, and he was like, dude, this is crazy. And then Elle was like sitting, I remember I was talking to Elle last week about it, and she was like, how do you come up with these ideas? You just sit there and think, and I was like, no, man. Right? Sometimes I'll just like think of something. I'm like, oh, well, this is how I would do it. So Cosmic Protectors is going to be a thing. I already know that, like, there's a couple, like, Larry is going to be one of the Rangers.
I gotta say,
Toku, I let Toku pick which Sentai had not been used, and I'm going to adapt it for him, so he's going to be a Ranger. So Toku's going to be one. Larry, yeah, so there's going to be a lot of the folks. Layla's probably going to be one. I haven't fit a character in there for her yet, but she will be one. Why does Josh have an old-timey speakerphone there? I don't know what the hell that is. That's yeah. So there's a lot of people that I am going to, a lot of you guys that I'm going to adapt into this, and also look forward to our Patreon account, because if you want to join our Patreon account, which is going to be up live very soon, it's going to have a lot of perks in it for you guys.
Oh, man.
It's going to be an alternate to the Super Chat, and it's going to be for the Super Chat, but it's also going to have an opportunity, because what's that thing in there? What's this?
You're gone off the rails, man.
Oh, okay. Hazard. Watch
I've
out.
gone
Watch out.
off the rails. Our
We haven't
audio
yet.
was the first thing that went off the rails, and I just kind of followed suit.
Exactly.
So
we haven't yet, but we will.
But we did that RPG once, and we plan on doing more stuff like that. Here was my thing. If you watch our panel that we did, for tomorrow's Morphin Monday, our panel speaks about a lot of the things that I think Saban did really well for its 25th year, but it also talks about the things that I think they need to improve on. One thing that I think they did really well was expanding the universe, giving us Hyperforce, giving us Legacy War, giving us the Boom Studios comics came a couple years ago, but giving us all that stuff. Now I think that we can even more so integrate that stuff. Like, I want to see a Power Ranger RPG. I want to see a sequel to the movie. And by the way, straight up, and this isn't even off the record, this is straight up, I was at Lionsgate on Friday, and I talked to my people there, because I was just there today too, with doing another movie for them, but I was with Lionsgate, and they want a sequel just as much as you do, and guess who else wants one even more? Yeah, Becky G.
There's a particular person who is like
Becky G
hammering for it, and will start doing their own campaign.
Becky G wants to show you the Trini that she had displayed for you just in that. Look at that super chat.
Whoa, what?
I was a victim of being too used to season 1, and when RA and A took over, I was distracted by Tommy as White Ranger, like you said. The second season of MMPR, late second season, mid third season, had more storyline going for them than the original team. even had a movie. Also, where's Elle? All right, let's thank you. Wow, hold on.
Yeah, that's what I
Time
just
out.
said. Is that a mistake? Or are you gonna?
Yeah, because if that's a mistake, we're
Yeah.
gonna give it. We
You-
just got
you may wanna-
$100 super chat.
Yeah, if it's a mistake,
US dollars.
US dollars. So I'm like, if you made a mistake and you need to contact like YouTube, do it. It's okay. We'll understand. But if you did make a
Wow,
mistake,
hold on. Let me ask you this.
You need to give them something.
Michaela Maniac, I want to ask you something. If you're going to Morphicon, I want you to private message me.
Yeah.
Because if you private message me, I am going to have something extremely special for you.
Just for you.
Just for you at Morphicon. And I'm going to give you VIP access to our party, along with I'm gonna put you in with us, ingrained with us at everything we do with Morphicon. So please let me know. And if you don't have a ticket to Morphicon, I'll get you a ticket now at this point.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make all that happen for you, but you have to DM us. Actually, what you do, send in an email to us at ths@thathashtagshow.com. Just send us an email with all of your information, and I got you. So I got you on everything.
Care of.
You're taken care of.
Now
that was amazing.
Now
That's great.
referring or answering what they said, what she said, which was she said.
I'm a little in shock.
She's a victim of season 1. And what else did she say?
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Season 2 had better storylines, better storytelling. Oh, she also asked, or you also asked, where's Elle? She is celebrating Father's Day with her Yo Soy Tu Papá.
Yes.
So she is doing that. Man, that's crazy. That's incredible. Thank you so much for that super chat. That's incredible.
It's an honor.
You're going to keep the lights on for a week.
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah, I was going to say, come on, let's.
All right, so we can talk about the episodes, or I can keep going on my rant. It's your choice.
Well, finish up the rant, and then maybe we'll.
You don't tell me. You don't tell me when I stop.
You can't tell me what to do.
What's up, guys? My favorite channels and streams. Kendrick Figures, one of my favorite people to come and view us. Actually,
shout out to you.
Listen, you guys are all great. Larry Newbill. Larry Newbill already knows he's the man.
Yeah.
We got Layla in here, super supporter. And as much as I give crap to Blackwing, I love the kid. The kid has heart, he has drive, and he's a smart dude. I love that kid. And he takes my crap and he eats it. He eats it. Well, the only reason I give him crap, though,
poops out success.
Only reason I give him crap, though, is because he chose the wrong side. And I'm not going to let that go. Because you guys started it, and
you chose the side that doesn't even exist anymore.
I finished it because we are the best. The Illuminati rules supreme. All right, so we're going to talk about a few episodes. They like the rant. They like the rant. Why? I don't understand. It's just me talking to you guys. You guys are really going to love whenever I get on PCR, because my PCR things are just going to be. It's going to be you and me. It's going to be us. Just us.
It's going to be shooting.
Okay, so let me talk about Mighty Morphin a little bit.
All right.
I love the season. Like where I'm way ahead. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I'm way ahead of this show. However, I love the season because there's certain things that you can tell that they're trying to do that they hadn't quite figured out. It's interesting to me because from Power Rangers then to Power Rangers now, not much has changed. And think about it. Like the premise of the storyline still is probably the same. The way that they shoot it is the same.
Well,
the only difference,
definitely, it's just they just don't shoot in the school.
Well, here's the thing. The one thing that I love about old school Power Rangers, opposed to now, is that the Zords are digital, whereas they're all practical.
Yeah.
You can tell it's a dude in a suit, and it's like a thing.
Yeah, true.
I know they are now too, but like when they come together, I really like that stuff. So Mighty Morphin should be awarded, should be held in high regard for being the first, but also for being innovative. And look at that, we got another one.
Good.
Listen, what are you doing? That's another from the same person. Also, my name is
I'm a guy.
What?
I'm a guy. My name is Michael.
Michael Kamaniak. I got you. My name is my nickname, since I'm a huge fan of Ali and AJ. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Disney show. Ali and AJ.
How do you say this name then? Michaela? Michaela?
Michaela?
I'm just gonna call him Maniac.
Yeah.
Maniac. Hit it up with the message. Let me know what's up. That is quite amazing. You are amazing. Yeah, and if you just chat, we'll just respond to you directly.
Yeah. Right now, you don't even have super chat anymore. You're good. My God, that's like first in history.
Breaking barriers.
Yeah.
Breaking freaking barriers. All right, so back to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It is not the best.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid that Hasbro may not be able to still hold on to that feel while making things different, or do you think they'll be just fine?
It all depends on what they do with Beast Morphers. I feel that, like, I'm going to ask you guys out there. I'm really curious about this. Just with Beast Morphers, would you guys want to see a younger cast, more like high school age? Or would you want to see a little bit of an older cast, kind of like how you got on SPD or one of those other, like RPM? Really curious, because I'm curious to see what what Hasbro would want to do.
This is my thing. When it comes to an older cast, it has to be like, there has to be something like SPD or In Space where they live in this place, they work in this
Larry
place.
Newbill, once you choose Team Illuminati, you'll be Illuminati for
right.
life.
That's right. But my thing is, with that, when they choose an older cast in that way, they never do like, oh, older cast and they're in college. It's like older cast and they all work for SPD or they all are in space or blah blah. You can't have it where they do regular jobs and then still, because they would be fired immediately.
Maniac, who's the super chat from this time? Then I'm curious.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna count down.
Who's the super chat from?
And they're just like, my life is ruined.
Older
my wife
cast
hates me.
don't need high schoolers, and then forgetting about high school. LOL. I agree.
Yeah.
Also, here's another thing that doesn't quite make sense to me in MMPR is in high school. I feel like you got a lot going on.
And dude, they have nothing going on. Like anything. There's no dances. There's no parties. There's no let's try some underage drinking. I mean, that's not gonna happen. But you know, like there's none of the stuff that you do in high school there for them. They pretty much are like, we're 8th graders that happen to be in high school. That's how it is for them. Oh, sun's going down. Gotta go inside. That's it. You'll never see them out at night. And then all they do is just stay at home or at the command center.
I want more complex storytelling. I want more...
I just realized it.
What'd you realize?
Most of the storylines for MMPR have to take place during the weekend. Because they're not in school. No, they're not in school. And when they are at the command center, it's usually during the day. And it's like, it has to be on a Saturday or Sunday. And they're like, great, I'm so glad that they like to attack on Saturday and Sunday. Because if it was during the week, you can't just always disappear out of school.
Rita's really considerate that way.
Yeah, it's the one thing. Rita and Zed, at least are considering that
Rita
way.
respects
Zed-
education, so
yeah,
I definitely think...
Zed clearly doesn't.
I actually think that Angel Grove Community College has a scholarship. It's called the Rita Repulsa Scholarship, just in case you need to finish school first, and then we'll attack your town.
I can't destroy you.
I mean, you gotta think, do
graduate.
you think that the people of Angel Grove, like the construction companies of Angel Grove, really love Rita Repulsa, right? You have to think.
They have to. They're like, oh, look like something's wrong again. You know, like there's like time to dig a hole.
You get it.
They're ready for it.
So most of you guys want an older cast, the adult cast. I agree. I think that would be the best way to go. I think you want to go a little bit older. Young adults, I think you go a little bit older.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, this is one thing I kind of dug too, is like, it's interesting to me because having why don't they do like a full-on adult cast though?
Yeah.
Because you want that seasoned veteran kind of thing, I think.
I think literally if you do that and you make it where it's like, you guys don't have to worry about the whole thing where it's like, okay, we've done space, we've done SPD, but the whole thing of, well, you guys don't have to worry about working and making money, blah, blah, blah. Everything's taken care of for you already. Let's just have you as an elite squad here to save us. But it would have to be during wartime. That's the thing.
All right, so now we're going to talk about these episodes. And yes, my rants will continue on as we talk about each one. However, you know what I thought to myself? I says,
go ahead.
Rocky just wants to have fun.
But who doesn't want to have fun?
Rocky, man, here's the deal.
wants to
At
have
least we
fun.
start getting his character developed a little bit. We had 3 episodes of Adam. Rocky's a goof. And I know at this point in Power Ranger history, we all had to be thinking, we got this guy instead of Jason.
Yeah. Honestly, during that time, it was like, I think I kind of miss Jason. Kind of do.
I love Steve to death, but Rocky is a goof.
It's not Steve. It's the way he's written. You know? And the way he was written was, he's a goof. He's an idiot. And we start off that episode with him just like, oh, Pacheco! Wow! Like, he just got so excited. excited when he was like, Ernie's like, yeah, I got a new pachinko machine over here. You're
I
gonna
just
love
like
it.
that Billy's kind of like, wow, he doesn't take his study seriously at all.
At all.
And he's like, this guy's on our team now. Like, it must be such a drastic change.
Pretty much what Billy's saying is, wow, we recruited an idiot. And it's like, well, that's what's going to happen right now.
And Rocky was never meant to be a leader.
No.
So I think that also helped a little bit. I think that was a part of the fact that that he was a Red Ranger. But here's the thing. Do you think that Rocky devalued the Red Ranger spot?
No. A little change isn't bad for anyone.
I mean, it's a devaluation, though. No, I'm good.
No.
Devaluation. I mean, remember the Red Ranger was always held, and still is to a lot of fact, still held in such high regard as the leader.
The leader, which, you know what? Honestly, my thing is, and I've said this so many times, that Rocky face. But honestly, the thing is, when it comes to it, it's like, why does it always have to be the Red Ranger that's the leader? Why?
Well, it's not.
I get
Tommy is the White Ranger.
Well, yeah, sure.
We have also,
sure.
and then second White Ranger, Delphine is leader of her team.
Oh!
So even to that point, there are more White Ranger leaders than Red Rangers up to that point.
Up to that point, but ultimately when we go through time.
No, because Tommy, but then see, here's the thing. And I would always get into a debate with my former co-host about this, because he would always say that the Red Ranger is always the leader. And I disagree with that. I disagree with that, because when he would have this debate that he always, because I said Connor from Dino Thunder, sorry, Dino Thunder. I said that Connor was not the leader, Tommy was still the leader. And he was like, well, no, Tommy's the mentor, or Tommy's like their leader, but
like
Connor's the field commander. I was like, no. He's not. Tommy is not the. Tommy is the leader of the team, regardless if he's out there fighting with them or not. He's the leader.
Well, is it? I mean, because Tommy. So he's not like the mentor, the Zordon character.
He's the mentor for sure, but he's the actual leader of the team. Because if we're gonna say that, then Jason's not the leader. Zordon's the leader. We got another super chat, Derek Hervey. Okay. Man, I think this is the most.
My goodness.
Sup, guys? Been a while. Hope all is well. I think Hasbro's better range of creativity with future season adaptations, creating more diverse characters between age ranges, genders, and specifics. Oh, and species. You know what? I'm going to talk to you guys about Cosmic Protectors real quick. Mm-hmm. Toku's going to write one of our spin-offs, actually. I'm going to give him the direction.
Okay.
And he's going to write it. But because we have... Hold on, let me count these in my head. 3... I think we have 4 or 5 spin-offs. But that's why we're getting such an expansive universe. And we're also adapting the Kamen Rider characters to be in our universe. And also the... I think it's called the Super Metal Heroes. We're also going to adapt them as well. But I have a whole plan. Whole freaking plan.
That whole thing that you... I can't talk.
You only know,
yeah,
you know the base, you know the outline.
Dude, the information I know so far is already like, this is possibly the best thing I've heard in a while. Like,
well, because it all connects.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so intertwined. Oh God. You guys.
Once we get that Patreon up, we'll start getting you guys involved. You guys can be a part of the teams, possibly, because we already know Larry's getting in one. We have a few others that are getting into some of these teams, and just characters on the show. And we're doing this as a web comic, but it's going to be a web emotion comic. Yeah. So there's going to be voiceover opportunity. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we can be working with a lot of people on. So that'll be a lot of fun. Now, back to this episode. Rocky just wants to have fun. Rocky was never a leader Red Ranger. He was just a Red Ranger.
Right.
Chat me up about what you thought about this episode.
This episode was fun. It was interesting in moments because it was seeing the dynamic between the old Rangers and the new Rangers, actually. I did notice that we did not see Adam too much in this episode, if at all. Really, I don't remember if Adam was in it at all. But still, nonetheless, it was kind of funny to see Rocky in a different light. More of Rocky the Dick. That's what we got. Because the moments where immediately he was like, where the Rangers are out there fighting, and they're like, all right. And Zordon was pretty smart with this. He saw something was different with Rocky, and he was like, let's not bug him yet. Everyone else is out there. Let's let everyone else do what they're doing. Pacheco seems to be really important to Rocky at this moment. I think he probably has a gambling addiction. We don't know for sure. So let him continue doing what he does.
It's like Rita brings out your greatest, like, obstacle.
Well, not Rita, Zed.
Zed brings out.
He was like, you're a gambling person.
That must mean
gambler, get him. I thought that was going to be the monster.
If that's the case, remember Tommy's like stuffing his face with food in that one episode? Tommy's like a comfort eater, like when things.
Oh my god, that's it. He's a non-punctual comfort eater. Like he's never on time for something because he's always eating. So he's late because he's like, oh, I'll just have one little bite before I go. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, a whole turkey. You know, like it can be that way.
So
anything.
What do you? All right, so walk me through some of your highlights in this episode.
Okay, so the revelation that the Pacheco machine was there was interesting to me.
But who the fuck plays Pacheco?
I did not know. Okay, now
what the fuck is a Pacheco?
They say it's popular in Japan, but from what I understand, a lot of Filipino like casinos have it and love it. Apparently, I didn't know that it's even far more
gambling.
Yeah, I didn't know it was far more popular in the Filipino community than it is in the Japanese community. But back then, Pacheco was big in casinos, so that was cool, and that was kind of like smart and relevant at that time in the 90s. But no one even knows what it is now. That doesn't even exist unless you watch. Well, it's on what's that show with Drew Carey?
Price is Right.
Price is Right. Yeah, and it's like Pacheco. That Pico. What? Plinko. They call it Plinko. But that's pretty much what it is. I was like, oh my god, so that's what it is? A little ball falls down, you figure it out. But he's addicted to it. I love that part. I love the part where he becomes a complete and utter dick to Alpha.
You know what? Actually, I was just thinking about this right now because somebody, Hackley in the chat says, I agree that Rocky shouldn't have been the Red Ranger. Now, let's think about this real quick, though. What if they would have swapped Rocky and Adam? Rocky would have been black and Adam would have been red. I almost will guarantee you at that point when JDF left Turbo, they would have made Adam the new Red Ranger going forward and the leader of the team.
Wow. But with his
small color change.
But with his character traits and AKA flaws, his moments of being very
Adam
he's humble, that's good.
Adam becomes a very proficient second to Tommy once we get to like Zeo and Turbo.
But that's the thing. We had to grow him into that. But when they first introduced him to us and they gave us
shy guy, but
the last 3 episodes,
telling you, man,
he's shy, he's insecure. And well beyond that, it's just, that's it. He's
Adam,
shy and insecure.
I think it's underrated how much character development Adam gets throughout the whole series of Power Rangers. I think Adam is one of the best developed characters along with Tommy and along with Billy. Those 3 in particular have some of the best character development of the whole series.
But this is the thing with Tommy. I mean, not with Tommy, with Billy. It took how many seasons, though?
No, I disagree with you. Look,
we had about 70 episodes.
Look where we are with Billy. Look where we are with Billy from season 1 to where we are now. He's already
There's been a lot of growth.
There's been a huge growth. Yeah. Billy's already, yes, he's still the brains.
But dude, how many episodes do we have, though?
Yeah, sure. But regardless, there's no other character that's really had that growth. With the exception of Adam.
That's actually very true because Kimberly's been there the same amount of time, and there's no growth with her. She's just shallow and likes to shop. That's the most that we found out about her recently.
And then you also have the characters like Kat, who doesn't really have much character development throughout her whole duration. I mean, Tanya had a great character to begin with, but there's no expansion on it.
Kat is a one-note character, though. That's it. That's all you can do. You can't go crazy about it.
I think Adam has one of the best character developed stories of this whole thing. But I digress. Now we talk about the Pacheco head. Let's go to some of the notes in this.
Villain is a machine. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
First fun facts here about the episode. Serpentera appears next in the Great Bukla Escape. This episode title is a reference to Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Of course.
For all of you younger fans, put in your Google machine Cyndi Lauper. The fight between Tor and Serpentera is recycled from the power transfer, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing that was removed was the orange filter.
Yep.
Pacheco head is destroyed when it's still laying on the ground because Daijin, I can't say this, whatever, destroyed the monster and Die Ranger stepping on it and crushing it. That's how the monster was destroyed in the show.
What? Really?
Yes. Pachenko had originally never fought either the White Ranger or the Tiger Zord in Die Ranger.
Okay.
And when Kimberly correctly guessed that the problem of which Billy has informed Zed. Billy tells her that it's Rocky. This implies that Billy thinks poorly of Rocky's work ethic, even though Rocky usually keeps his priorities straight. I like the word usually, by the way.
Usually.
Obviously,
if
any of the Rangers shrieked their responsibilities, rudeness to less Lord Zed would have had a hand in it.
Yeah.
There are a few errors in this episode.
Oh, here we go. This is my favorite part. I love this part.
In the frisbee throwing scene, Aisha is shown throwing a frisbee over Tommy and Adam's head. Adam is unable to catch it, but Tommy is able to dive and grab for it.
I don't know how that happened when it was already up here, and he dives and catches it. I don't know what that was about. He's magical.
Even if Skull had been correct, there would have been no way for Ernie to know when an attack would take place. If anything, Skull's theory leans more towards Ernie being evil than being a ranger.
Yes! That's what oh my god.
Ernie,
like, dude, he's so slow.
Ernie having a day off whenever there's a monster attack may just be down to the youth center being evacuated when a monster is nearby. Therefore, Ernie would have no customers and his bar would be closed.
Well, then again, his bar would be closed every day because it happens, which we've figured out, every weekend.
Guys in the chat, I need to know, what do you guys rank it? Give me some power coin love or give me some power coin negatives.
Did you have a favorite part in this episode?
Honestly, yes.
Okay.
My favorite, Billy Savage is fucking this. I love the fact that Billy's just kind of like Rocky. Like, he's like, dude, just kind of subtly making fun of him.
Dude, Billy is throwing like the ultimate level of shade and no one is paying attention to it. Billy is talking so much shit.
Billy has been hanging out with Kimberly too long.
We clearly know that Billy does not like Rocky. And he is honestly thinking, which is the theory that we had before, I guess I should have been leader. Like, he literally is thinking that, like, I should have been upgraded to Red Ranger because this guy's an idiot. Like, and he keeps pointing it out in every way. So much to the point that there's a moment, and I don't, that's not it. There's a moment where he says some snide comment to Kimberly, and Kimberly doesn't respond to it. She just kind of looks, and then they continue on with the episode, where she doesn't go, yeah, or oh, like she usually does. She just looks at him, and then continues on talking, where it's like, okay, I'm done. You've said enough.
Another thing that I love too is when Zordon calls Rocky and he's like, "What do you want?" And then Zordon must have been thinking in his head, "I made the wrong choice." It had to be, right? This was a terrible mistake, Alpha. You are never to choose Rangers for us ever again.
Oh my god, why did I let you do this, Alpha? You're an effing idiot.
Like, it was a terrible choice.
This kid clearly is bipolar. He's never okay. Like, yeah,
we'd have been better off with just 5 Rangers. Like,
we already have the White Ranger. We don't need a new Ranger.
Oh man, that was terrible. That was bad.
Because he was so rude about it. Where he just he's like, "What do you want?" And then they're like, "Oh no, we need your help."
Let's talk about what you guys gave this. Thomas Franco gives it a 3.5. Layla gives it a 2. Mikey gives it a 3. Mary gives it a 4 out of 10. However, if you skew those numbers, that's really a 2 out of 5. So we're going to say a 2. Earl gives it, Ryan Thomas gives it a 4. Larry gives it a 3. Steve Rogers, solid 4. Wow. Larry retracted his and said, never mind, I'm going to give it a 3.5. Nasty and Gory. Was Billy second in charge? I believe Billy was second in charge. So I would like to say so. Daniel, what do you give this one?
Honestly, originally, before I re-saw this episode, I was so ready to be like, 4.5! I remember how great this episode was! I remember how crappy this episode was after watching it again this morning, just in case, to see if I was wrong. This episode literally gets a 2, if not a 2.5 at most. It's not a good episode. It made me laugh.
A solid 4.
What?
It is hilarious.
Okay, it's hilarious, but is it actually a good episode?
Oh, yeah. Most character development I've seen on Rocky. He's like, just leave me alone. I want to play Pacheco all day.
Oh my god!
It's great. This is, I think, honestly, in Mighty Morphin, this is the most we get out of this character. And like,
really?
so I think so. To me, it's a highlight of like, man, this dude's a total. And I love that it pans out in Zio where it's like, you're not under any spell, but you're still like this, right? He's like, you're still not doing well in school, but you're still like, you're not under any spell. We got it. Good. All right, so we got some more in here. We got Blackwing gives it a 2. Jared gives it a 3. Steve gives it a 2. Maniac gives it a 3.5. The G is silent show. So it's
Wait, so
Nori, Nasty Nori.
Okay.
Nasty Nori. Is that you, Nagami? All right, just making sure.
Just
He
making
makes
sure.
these things.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
know.
what's going on. All right, so
Get you off of guard.
we're gonna move on from that episode. Man, that was a fun one to talk about. I really was waiting. I was really looking forward to that one. Next up,
I really want to know what Elle thinks.
lights, camera, action.
Oh my god,
Action.
The monster was everything and nothing at all. I'm sorry.
You have to speak up because we're on camera.
Oh my god, the monster was everything and nothing at all at the same time. The monster shows up and it's like blah 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 blah, and it's like a camera and all. Oh god, so bad. It was worse than that microphone monster. It was worse than that microphone.
So let me pull the
monster.
curtain back on Cosmic Protectors a little bit. Honestly, so the way that I even decided to even do this was because I wanted to challenge myself, and because all of us as fans, we all crap on Saban, like they should have done this, they should have done that.
Yeah.
So I told myself, I wonder how hard or easy this really is. So what I did with Cosmic Protectors in particular, I said, you know what? I'm only going to give myself Q Ranger as the perimeter.
Okay, all right.
And build, and not do anything crazy, but build what they built from their world, but do it in my own spin by taking the suits and all the characters, all the bad guys, and let's see what I can do with it.
Okay, now with that, you had to pick and choose particular bad guys.
But I
You were doing
did it
right?
from that season.
Yeah. Oh, from one season. Yeah. So you still use all these villains.
Yeah, if
from one,
every
so
single
you pigeonholed yourself.
Yeah, every single villain that like every monster of the week that you see, is in Q Ranger. I just gave it a different spin of what I would do.
That's insane because with this episode, when they were like they had to go through the plethora of villains that they had.
You know what we
and
should
they
do?
had to pick and choose which ones, and then right around it.
Here's a fun game we should play. So every time we do, because we haven't been reading comments lately, and we'll get back to it next week. But starting next week, we're gonna pick the best. It's gonna for the 3 episodes we do, the best pitch on how you would have done it.
Nice.
And that way we can kind of say how we would have done the episode as well. But let's talk about lights, camera, action. Daniel, chat me up about this episode. Give me a rundown.
All right, so this episode was about the Rangers and like the international education organization or something, whatever it was, and pretty much
the Harvey Garvey show.
There you go. Oh, wow, there you go. The Harvey Garvey show says he's gonna have the Power Rangers on. They're gonna show up and they're gonna have an important message for the world. And it's of course happening in wherever their town is.
Blackwing makes a great point. Though I gotta talk about this. This was the early days of clip show episodes. It's true. It's totally true.
Because well, see, this is the thing. It was half bottle episode or clip show, half actual like happening current events. Because what they did, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have the Power Rangers on. They're gonna have an important message, which is education, and it's cool to stay in school." Say it for me.
It's cool to stay in school. Actually, it is cool to stay in school.
You're wearing the Dr. Tommy Oliver jacket, kind of.
Dr. Tommy.
Didn't he wear a jacket kind of like this, where it's like a motorcycle kind of like cut collar, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, guys, whoa."
I just want to throw this out there real quick. This is if you watch our Achievement Unlocked. This is John Naya's jacket. It was found in the back of my car. I decided to wear it today. So John from Achievement Unlocked.
P.S. John, you're never getting this jacket back.
P.S. John, your jacket is not lost. It was in my car.
John doesn't even know it's missing.
Yeah. Well, glasses I stole. These are new. These are new, by the way. The Geld ones broke.
Oh yeah,
So I actually had to buy real ones.
His old ones broke. My old ones broke recently. Last night. So these are like.
There's a fun story about last night. There was a girl from another media outlet that wanted to hook up, and I was not about that life. Well, yeah, she was cute though.
I enjoyed myself.
All right, let's get back to this episode.
Yeah, but anyway, what else did I? Oh yeah, so they had a moment where they got to be on a talk show. Was it a late night show?
It seemed like it was a late night show.
It seemed like a late night show, but I'm like, it was
either
a
that or it's the
kids.
very early stages of Maury Povich when it was not about when it was not about finding out who the father was. It could have been that as well.
But the thing is, so that means either it ran at 1 in the afternoon or it ran late night.
Dude,
I don't know when the kids were able to see it.
Do you think that Maury Povich in the last 14 years has had a different show besides You're Not the Father?
Nope. I think Maury is like, hey, I know what makes me money. Let's let this thing roll. You gotta pay for Connie Chung, dude. You know? Connie Chung has to be like, yeah, she's like, I'm not doing news anymore. Make me money. You know, that's all she does. Sits back and says, you should be happy that you've got me. And he's like,
rumor has it that she could be on this show next. She's a big fan of Power Rangers. She likes her favorite seasons, Lost Galaxy. So maybe Connie Chung will be joining us for Lost Galaxy.
You know what? I would poop my pants if she was here. Then again, I poop my pants for many smaller things, so it doesn't even matter. Moving on. That's not even a lie. That's not even a lie.
Lashana Brooks, this stream is awesome. This is what happens when things go wrong in the beginning. We call an audible and we make it freaking better.
That's it.
Now I'm gonna give a quick shout out.
Yes.
Go ahead with what you're saying.
Oh no, I was gonna go on with breaking down the episode. Go ahead.
I want to give a quick shout out to Rangers Live Chat. If you're not following Rangers Live Chat, go check them out. And also our friends at the Geeks of East LA. The Geeks of East LA are always bringing you the latest and best Power Ranger fan films out there. Go check out the Geeks of East LA. Danny and Marty, they are great. I love those guys. We were with them yesterday.
Yeah.
And also, another one, Angel Grove Radio. They're new. They're getting off the ground. But show them some support because we want to make the Power Ranger community an inclusive one.
Is that Jimmy's thing?
It's Jimmy's thing. We're going to make it a...
No. No. That's what he does. And I was so excited.
We want to make it an inclusive thing, and so support all them. And also, our good buddy Toku Kid just started his own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And he interviewed Brennan Mejia and Davi Santos. So when those are up, go check him out. Toku Kid does he's a great fan, a great supporter.
He's got a podcast also. Yep. I forgot what it was.
And we're gonna
put it in the comments.
We're gonna support him as well. So go and check out Toku Kid. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to get that in there for our good buddies.
So they have their
Ranger Command Power Hour, the best Power Ranger podcast on the internet right now.
Honestly, it's one that I do listen to right before even we do anything here, just so I can I'm in the mood, you know.
Ranger Command Power Hour does this. They do a great Survivor Power Ranger mashup episodes. They're great. I can't stop listening.
It's actually one of the reasons why we aren't doing podcasts right now, or Power Ranger podcasts, because we're allowing them to just do theirs. You know, no reason.
Well, I'm hoping. No, we're going. We're kicking.
Forget the time. We need more of a mixer. Anyone want to get me something else to add on?
Sprite. All right, so go ahead.
You're getting a surprise.
Oh God, don't do that. No, it has to go well with this.
Sure.
No, God, don't be. And it has to be enough for more than just us two. Yes. No, I mean it's right here. You can do it right. No, do it right here. Get it from here.
All right, so go ahead, continue.
So the episode, besides that, the whole late night show thing, we get a villain or a monster. That is, in some ways, I gotta applaud him on his creativity. In other ways, he's really lazy. He was like, oh, they want to be on television. I'll just, a camera. And it's like, there's nothing else to do.
There's nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do. Zed's sometimes just bored. And I guess Cable isn't that
good. I need to figure something out. Producer Junior from Star Wars, when do we go live with that? 7:30. Okay, good.
Okay, cool. So my thing is, like, Zed has no concern when it comes to, like, I guess he doesn't watch anything on the moon except for the Power Rangers lives. Like, he's hardwired in, and that's what he does. He doesn't watch cable. There's no HBO, apparently, on the moon, or anything else. So it's just like, what are the Rangers doing? Oh, really?
Well,
You're on there?
I did read a fan fiction on, you either get Aquatar soap operas, or the Squat and Babu reality TV show. So it's not a lot to choose from.
There. I would love to see a Squat Baboon, like if it's the VH1 one, where they're just yelling at each other and throwing alcohol, like throwing drinks at each other, like they're out at different events on the moon. He's like, oh, I hate you, Babu.
And it's all like OTS talking shit about Finster.
Yeah.
That Finster's a weird guy, Babu. Oh, I know.
I know. But watch out, don't talk about him too much. He may just
he may sew us together.
Exactly,
Yeah, it was so weird. I almost think that Zed is at this point. It's like, listen, I don't know what we're doing here, Rita. Like, I can't track them down. Listen, they're gonna talk shit. Let's do a thing. So that's that. I don't necessarily know what. Hey, what do you think was the best part about making monsters? You think?
My thing, okay. When it comes to, well, you mean as far as Zed making them, or?
Yeah.
The best part about making monsters is nothing, because it's really lazy. All you do, you look at something and you say, I'm going to make that inanimate object and bring it to life. Yeah, and you point your stick at it.
An animal.
Dude, sometimes an animal, no, it's a picture of an animal. We remember the hyena? That was a picture of an animal. That was literally a picture of an animal in like some National Geographic thing. And he was like, all right, well, what I'm going to do is make this picture of an animal, an actual villain. And then what it was a skeleton hyena?
Yeah.
Come on, get out of here, man.
Skelerina.
There's no work involved. There's no mind. There's no...
All right, well, let's... So what else was some of the highlights for this episode for you?
My thing was really, honestly, the monster was a big highlight because I wanted to laugh at it.
I think the highlight of this episode for me is how Tommy looked so relaxed. He had his legs folded. Like, he was like, yeah, I just want to talk about, like, certain things. Like, I was like, what? You seem very relaxed. Like, you've done this before.
Well, you have to think about it when you realize it, like, when everybody was sitting down on the couch, like, 'cause that's a big thing. When you're on any late night show, when they call you over. Because the thing is, like, as a comedian, you stand on there.
I love that this was queued up. My producer had no idea that I was going to talk about Tommy looking so freaking relaxed.
Yeah, he had the picture. He had the picture. Oh, my God. See, everyone noticed it right off the bat. Tommy sat down like, yeah, so, it's life as a Power Rangers.
Well,
and I love how
you got to think about something
here. You notice it right there, how it's just Tommy and no one else.
Well, here's the thing. You got to think about this, too. Tommy's embellishing this because this is his first time doing this because the last time they were internationally recognized was Power Ranger Day, and he had lost his powers.
Yeah.
So he was not with them.
Yeah.
At this point, he's like, fuck you guys. I am the man.
And he's like, you guys know I'm the leader because I'm dressed a whole lot better than they are. I mean, look at me. I have a shield.
All right, I'm going to run through some of the notes on this, and this is a long one here, but bear with it. So the Power Rangers' second international public appearance following Power Rangers Day in Doomsday. This is their first appearance since Doomsday. The footage from this episode was reused in a recent produced Ford commercial to advertise Ford Escape. The Ford Escape.
What?
Yeah. They brought back Jason David Frank, I think Karen Ashley.
And they reused that?
Johnny on Bosch. They reused this episode, VO. It's all VO'd about the Ford Escape.
That's interesting because, okay, honestly, weird enough to say, I have a connection to Ford Escape because there's a reason I was working at K-Rock, and the thing is, they premiered the Ford Escape on an Alias episode, and we were tied in with J.J. Abrams covering Alias, and so it was like a big talk about the Ford Escape and how we had literally 30 minutes of our 4 or 5 hour show where we talked about the Ford Escape and how it promoted on Alias and how Ford was spending so much money to promote this one car. So they even did this.
The people that were the people that came back to reprise their voices in this: Jason David Frank, Steve Cardenas, David Yost, Amy Jo Johnson, Karen Ashley, and Johnny on Bosch. They all came back.
I need to see this commercial.
We'll play it after this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so the word arrives from Jason, Trini, and Zach from World Peace Conference in Switzerland.
Yeah, that was right.
The first Rangers have heard from them since the power transfer. They mentioned they are mentioned again in the Great Bookaloo Escape. Billy and Kimberly are the only two Rangers to tell the events of Food Fight. This was an excellent use of continuity, as they were the only two Rangers in this episode who were involved in those events, and the sequel, Pig Surprise, which was mentioned in an early episode anyway. So that makes sense. It was smart writing to make sure that they were the only two that talked about it.
Well, dude, when you really think about it, the entire series is very smart. When you have think about it. Remember, we talked about this before. How hard it is to pick. Okay, we're gonna take this footage. Like they have to come to the writers. The producers have to come to the writers and say, "This is the footage we're gonna use." Right around it. And then they have to write a whole episode around that one bit of footage.
Well, I mean, it's a lot easier than
it's you're doing it now.
I'm doing it now. The scene of the audition yelling, "We want the Power Rangers," was repeatedly used for Fox Kids Power Rangers playback commercials. The piece of footage featuring the Rangers fighting Pudgy Pig still utilized the substitute voice actor for Jason, Zach, and Trini, as Saban was not willing to pay royalties to Austin St. John, Walter Jones, and Tweet Trang by using dialogue from the original content. Furthermore, several of their lines were replaced mentioned other Rangers by name. Though the studio audience cannot see or hear the flashbacks, this would still be changed in Kim's recounting the events. Kim Strauss makes his appearance in Power Rangers franchise on camera as Harvey Garvey. He would later go on to voice Ninjor in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. Harvey Garvey is Ninjor.
Guys, okay, I'm sorry. Well, where is Jezzer, you're missing out. I don't know if you're watching this right now, but you're missing out because I know how much you love Ninjor. So, there you go.
Yes. So he loves the Blue Centurion.
He loves the Blue Centurion, but he also loves Ninjor.
The score that plays when Skull accidentally drops a bag of feathers on Bulk is the same theme from the James Bond franchise. Yeah. This episode marks the first time Zord battle takes place during a sunset. General David Sarnoff, who is also referred as the father of television, is the grandfather of David J. Sarnoff, one of the writers on the episode. A similar plot from the episode would later be used in Power Rangers Operation Overdrive behind the scenes. This is the 100th episode in production order. The Green Ranger is briefly mentioned by Harvey Garvey when he is asked about the White Ranger. Whatever happened to the Green Ranger? White Ranger response, however, is that he coerces to focus on the present and not the past, so no details are given on how the Green Ranger lost his powers or made known to the public. It is also unclear to the public is aware that the Green Ranger and White Ranger are one and the same. Here's the deal. So pretty much what Tommy did there was a no comment.
Right.
One of the footage scenes from the montage is a battle with the Jaws of Destruction from Forever Friend, which occurs several episodes after this one aired.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There are some airs in this, as you would also notice. The footage of Zed stepping down from his throne is clearly footage of him stepping down, obviously from a balcony that is several more steps of the throne. Harvey Garvey only put out 4 seats, 3 on the couch and 1 chair, for the 6 Rangers, forcing Rocky and Aisha to sit on the arms.
Yeah, they had to. I noticed that, and I was like, you don't know how many Rangers there were? Like, you're making a big thing about it. Like, the Rangers are here. Sit on the arms. Like, God.
For no apparent reason, it becomes sunset, complete with orange filter reminiscent of the deserted planet from the Power Transfer. When the Thunder Megazord battle is shown in Showbiz Monster, then the return begins in the middle of the day when the action comes back and Tommy's doing Goldar. Some footage is shown in the montage would be near impossible for a TV show to get a hold of. Shots from the
Dude, did you okay, also, I'm sorry, I had to point that out. And the reason they're saying that, the reason you have that in your notes for the montage is because there's a moment where they go to the audience and there's a guy with a cue card written in like Sharpie and it says "Stand by montage," and I was like, but she's recounting a story, and I thought this myself. She's recounting a story in her head. This is what she's seeing. You guys have no footage of this stuff, but yet you try to fill in and say "stand by montage." The audience did not see you say what you referred to earlier. Did not see you say, "Tommy, watch out! Oh no, Kim!" Like, no, they did not see this moment, but yet you still tried to fill it in and say "stand by montage." Like, what the hell? But go ahead.
It's pretty funny. No, and then again, like we said before, the Forever Friends, the shots of yet aired, unaired Forever Friends showing during the montage implies the episode initially was supposed to be after. So I think it may have supposed to have been the 100th episode of the series. But that's Lights Camera Action. In the chat, I want to know, what do you guys think of this episode? That's some pretty crazy stuff that they re-recorded Jason's Katrina in order just not to pay them. They must have been so pissed off. Fuck those guys. We're not paying them royalties.
So did they get that producer to do it again? Whatever his name was.
Yeah, they must have.
All right, yeah.
That's crazy to me. Like, that's insane.
The way I love that producer, the way every time he like characterizes Jason, all he does is yell, just like I did. With oh man, I'm tired.
He must have been the easiest person to like mimic that.
Literally, what he reminds me of, I don't know if a lot of you guys watch or not, but there's Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and they make fun of Eli Manning, and they say like he's essentially a clone. And they're like, oh no, they must have killed another Eli Manning clone. Because the next episode, when they do it, he shows up and he's doing a Toyota commercial, but he's just like a big hulking guy wearing a helmet and it's like off, and he just goes, Toyota! And they're like, Eli Manning, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just like, that's exactly what I imagined when the guy was doing the impression of Jason, where he's just like, yeah! And they're like, oh, okay, well that's a good Jason impression.
Thomas Franco gives it a 4.5, Mikey Prebs gives it a 3. Daniel, what do you give this episode?
This episode was hilarious to me, so I'm giving it a 4. The monster was just wrong. I don't get it. like he's like a camera, but then the powers that he has don't match up what a camera can do. I would think like you shoot a beam of light or something like that, and it was completely off.
I thought it was a good clip show, a lot better than the clip shows we even get now sometimes.
It was
I
half
gonna
clip,
give it a 3.
half clip, half current.
Yeah, Layla gives it a 3. Jared gives it a 3. So I mean, unanimously, it looks like Thomas and you give it a 4.5. Larry gives it a 3.5. So we're at a solid 3.5 average rating. So it's not a terrible clip show, and it's a fun episode. And I think the continuity, some small things worked out really well.
Is this the first clip show we got?
Yeah, I believe it is. Harvey freaking Garvey's Ninja, man.
Bravo, Power Rangers, on doing an actual good clip show for your first clip show.
Let's move on to our next episode where there's smoke, there's fire.
Once again, another episode where we barely saw Adam. As you guys know, Adam is my favorite Ranger at the moment because Zach isn't here. I'm a Black Ranger fan.
Look how ripped Tommy looks in his tank top.
Okay, see, this is the thing. So Tommy is like, at this moment, I think Tommy is like thinking to himself, like, all right, I am a star. I need to kind of like really jack myself up. Like, I need to look like really so much better because I think he is noticing the fact that, like, okay, Adam is so quick and good with his moves, and
I need to look different.
Yeah, and then also he's looking over at Rocky, and he's like, damn, this dude may someday own a dojo.
I have a question for you. So
he does.
Billy's intelligence.
Yes.
Adam at this point would be speed.
Yes.
Tommy's strength.
Adam is speed and accuracy because his punches land perfect.
But then I would say Tommy's probably strength and leadership.
Yes. What is Rocky?
What is Rocky?
Aisha and Kimberly. Okay, so Rocky is comedic relief. Right, I'm being honest. Rocky is comedic relief. Aisha is just, hey, I have a space that needs to be filled, and Kimberly's like, I'm pretty. And
pretty. We need the pretty one. We need the
so
pretty one.
we know what everyone. They agree with me. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the laughter is.
Why do you think we hired Maverick? I'm just kidding.
Oh God! Well, we hired her.
Maverick knows I love her.
She's possibly about to be a mom.
We can't say that anymore.
We're
not allowed to say that anymore.
I'm hoping that Maverick becomes a Power Ranger.
We are definitely not allowed to say that anymore.
I can say I'm hoping.
I did get a letter that
you can say I'm hoping?
You can say you're hoping. We're
not.
All
right, fine. Moving on. Why do you hire Maverick?
Maverick's great. I love her. She's great. She's a good buddy of mine. She is. We were just hanging out with her the other night.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's move on. So we were talking about this where there's smoke, there's fire thing.
Now, okay, the monster was called Flamehead, right? Or Flamehead or something.
Tommy looked a little weird with that stupid fire helmet on, I think.
Okay, Aisha. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. Don't we all know a friend that does that? Where you sign up to help them with something, and they make you do way much more than what you signed up for?
Yes.
For honest, I'm gonna be honest there. My ex-wife is that person. Now, I can talk freely here, right? All right, she's lesbian, which means she moves a lot. So, with that being the case, yeah, you guys don't know, but if you actually personally know a lesbian, you know that lesbians move a lot. After their year lease is up, they already move to somewhere else.
We're getting a lot of letters.
I'm just telling you what she's told me. That's all I can say. They're really good at finding like really good housing and blah blah yada yada at really good prices, and they're not afraid to be like, well, I'm gonna F it and move because they're smarter than us. So anyway, with that being the case, she moves a lot, and this is where I have to deal with that problem of, hey, come help me move, and it's only when I only need you for 3 hours.
That's Josh. That was Josh moving that stupid couch.
There you go. I only put it on me. That's fine. Look at me. I am now a hazard. That's it. But here it goes. 4 hours. Block my face because I don't need to be on social media for what I'm saying. But anyway, the way it works is that it's like, all right, I need you to move, and I'm only gonna need you for 3 hours at the most, because it was, hey, I'm gonna need you for 1 hour. Okay, possibly 3. And you're helping them move, and they keep giving you more tasks, and you're like, this won't equal up to an hour. This is actually equaling up to 2 hours, 3 hours. And then when you hit the 3 hour mark, they're like, now I have 10 more tasks for you to do. And that's going to keep you for 8 hours. But hey, you're a good friend, aren't you? That's what Aisha was doing the entire time. And then they pick on what you do. the whole freaking time. Like they're like, oh hey, you're doing that, but you're not doing it the way I would like you to do it. You have to do it more like this, more like this. And you're like, hold on, that's not what I signed up for. But yet you're doing it because you don't want to be told you're a horrible person. I'm just saying that's exactly it. Who would help me move once? You know how that is.
Who was the Aisha of hashtag show? Makes you do more than you're expected to do.
Yes, makes you do more than you're expected to do. And it makes me do more than what they promise you to do. Hey, help me move. I only need you to move a couch. Then all of a sudden they're like a couch, a bed, a mirror, a this, a that, a this, a that. You're like, oh, what the fuck? I'm done with this shit. I didn't sign up for any of this. I don't like you at all.
Are you at least buying lunch?
Yeah, no. And that's another thing. You have to keep saying, are you at least buying lunch? And finally they're like, everyone, we're going to order pizza. And you're excited. And then they order one pizza for 15 people. What the fuck is going on here? And then they're cutting slices of pizza down to...
All right, Daniel has a lot of pent-up
I'm sorry,
aggression
guys.
with
I'm
this.
sorry
We're
about
gonna move on. All right, so...
That's my situation. That's personal.
Let me talk about some of the notes. You guys like listening to the notes for this episode?
But you asked the question, who is the hashtag Aisha?
Yeah, who is the hashtag Aisha?
Is it? I'm asking you in your mind.
Who is the hashtag Aisha?
Sarah. I'm just going to say it. Being honest.
I would say Natalia.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Oh, my God. The horror stuff that we did, the horror stuff that we do.
Yes.
She says, I only need you for an hour. Then we're here for 5 hours shooting something.
Also, sometimes it could be Josh. Were you part of Game of Thrones?
Oh, God! I wasn't, but I heard about it. Well, Game of Thrones
I'm blaming that on JD and another.
The Game of Thrones was 16
two other
hours.
J's.
I was here for freaking 16
hours. It was something that literally broke apart the hashtag family. I promise you that much.
Well, we've trimmed the fat, and it was for the best.
Yeah.
But I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to the production notes. There's not a lot for this episode, thank goodness.
Thank God.
Whenever class is being taught, whatever class is being taught in this episode, it's shared by only Kimberly, Aisha, Billy, or Bulk, Skull, Rocky, and Adam. Tommy is nowhere to be found, so he definitely cuts class.
Once again, we know Tommy doesn't go to school.
Zordon echoes Aisha in calling Kimberly Kim. This is the first time he's ever called her Kim in any point of the show.
Which lets me know that possibly Zordon
has lost respect. He has lost respect.
I thought he was giving it to Kim.
Nope.
He only has a head, he's giving her a head.
No.
I'm just thinking that's
when did this show become that?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
And there goes our deal from Hasbro.
Come on.
Bye, Hasbro. It was nice knowing you. This is the first time Ernie delivers a cake without dropping it on Bulk, Skull, or
That is very true. No. But instead, what we have is Bulk throwing water on Bulk instead, on Skull instead. Something has to happen.
Blackwing, Game of Thrones did not start the Civil War. The Civil War was started way before that. There are a few errors in this episode. Yes, there is. Dan drank most of 90%.
No, take it.
When we go live.
All right, fine.
Flamehead has, this is the errors of the show. Flamehead has a feminine appearance and the female sounding voice. However, was repeatedly referred to as he.
Him and he.
Hey, man.
I saw that.
The Power Rangers was on the cusp here.
It was. You know what? Hey, before transgender was, popular, it was Power Rangers was already addressed.
No joke. No joke. I really do, no bullshit. I really do hope Hasbro introduces us to the first LGBT Ranger.
Do you know what? How bad I would like that.
Well, the reason I think it would be such a cool thing is because there's a lot of folks out there that are LGBT that are going through a lot of hardship and don't know how to either come out to their parents, their family, or their friends and have this kind of bullying thing in school, right?
There's a reason why I wear this with the multicolors.
I feel like if it's addressed and you start teaching kids now about tolerance, I think that would be super cool and super progressive.
Honestly, teach acceptance before ignorance.
Yes, exactly. And I honestly
that'd
think
be great.
This is me getting on my high horse. I honestly think this is something we should be teaching now. Is just a second. It shouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah.
It should just be hey. So over the weekend, one of our writers is trans, and it's who gives a shit, right? I don't care.
Yeah, and the way they kind of gave it out was oh, by the way, we were okay.
It doesn't matter.
What does it matter? You're a person. All we care is, are you doing?
To me, I think Power Rangers can be more progressive and really set the standard. Because if you look at what Power Rangers did back in the 90s, you have 5 multicultural kids that were a part of a team, and they highlight cultural aspects of each kid. Power Rangers was always on the step. It was also, I mean, Power Rangers in the early days was ahead of its time. They were talking about saving the environment. They were talking about things that are hot topics now. So I know that Dino Thunder with Haley, they try to make reference to Haley being LGBT with rainbow cups and rainbow mugs and all that stuff, but they never clearly said it. Why can't we just get...
For Haley, it was almost innuendo.
But I mean, it might be a point, though, that the Power Rangers also, in defense to them, they don't necessarily address relationships just in general.
That is very true.
So if that's the case, you never know.
Because Kimberly and Tommy, they didn't really ever say, "Oh, he's my boyfriend." It was understood, but it was never said. That's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
So I think that personally, for me, I think that Power Rangers has a chance to do a lot of cool things. I mean, Harry Potter's done it. DC and Marvel have both done it.
Oh, come on.
Hey, man, embrace the present.
Yeah.
Embrace what lives around us now.
Be in the now and don't be in the yesterday. That's it.
Yeah, and stop the fucking bullying, people. I know nobody watching cares really that, but I just don't like. Not an advocate of that unless we're bullying Jezzer. All right, so errors. We only have a couple minutes left here. Tommy joins the other Rangers, and we need the Tiger Zord Thunder Power. Call, but now never the Tiger Zord again never arrives.
Nope.
So I guess the Tiger Zord personally, it's a personal trait with Tommy. He shares that they're always late. After Tommy kicks the flame head off her horse, 2 shots of the monster falling to the ground are shown. One with the helmet falling off, and the other with the helmet still on her head. And a second split shot of the Ryu footage, from Die Ranger. Ryu from Die Ranger could be seen where Tommy's foot connects with the monster. So those are your fun facts for this episode. Guys. All right. So egos and opinions, Black. What do you guys got for me in the chat here?
Yeah, what do you guys
Layla, I've always said this about the LGBT community. Unless you're sleeping with them, shut the F up. Okay. That sparked a little bit of controversy.
Actually, but that's a point, actually, because it's like, well, why do you have to bring it up? Yes, they're regular people, just like everyone else. Just because your sexual preference doesn't make you who you are. So I definitely understand that. But if you're sleeping with someone, don't bring it up.
Hey, Power Rangers don't sleep with people. But I do.
Married.
And here's another progressive thing, too. Power Rangers, the movie that came out in 2017. LGBT Trini.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. That was
something I also thought particularly really cool. Autistic Billy.
That was cool.
So when I said the Power Rangers is on the cusp of giving you things that are relevant and kind of in the here and now,
they were still doing
both of those things are pretty relevant. So I think Power Rangers can be that again.
It's an underlying thing actually that Power Rangers has always done. I think that's something that they do stand for, kind of like acceptance. That's no matter what it is. That's the universal line that Power Rangers does, which is acceptance, I've always loved that because in the community at its heart, has always been acceptance. Like I said, Power Morphicon, the first one I went to, which is 2 years ago, it was the most accepting event I've ever been to because everyone was just like, hey, how are you? Oh, you have other fandoms, but we're here about Power Rangers? Just tell me what you like. And they would just discuss it. And they had no problem. They weren't like shunning you if you were like, oh, I don't like Tommy as my number one. I like Jason, or I like this. I love that.
We are out of time. I want to thank you guys. I know this is an abrupt end.
Sorry.
But you know what? We rambled on a lot. You guys liked it. And thank you for your crazy super chats today. That was insane.
My God!
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. However, before we go, there's a couple things I want to say. Number one is myself. I am going to be on our Star Wars show, and that's going to be happening tonight in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So what I want all of you to do that's in this chat right now, go to Facebook, go type in Star Wars Trilogy, and then like that page. We are going to go live literally in 3 minutes with me, Ro, and Rob, who are here right now. They're part of Hashtag Show. We're going to be talking all things Star Wars. So we're pretty much going to carry this conversation over, except talking about Star Wars.
And I'll be in the audience yelling shit.
Join us to talk about Star Wars right now. I hope you guys do it right now. Daniel, where can everybody find you?
Oh, you can find me at Battlestar Galactica on Instagram. Boom.
And you can find me at that hashtag Joe on all social media. Guys, again, join us for Star Wars. That is the show where you're going to really get your geek on. And also, the drinks are going to be flowing. We're going to be talking. And if you thought that we were just controversial on this show or just shooting, or you were cutting a promo on this show,
forget about it.
Wait till Rob and Ro come on. It's a lot of the same.
It may be more solo shit talk. Who knows?
Yeah, so guys,
Last week it was.
well, it was
Last
only on
week
my
it
point,
was.
but guys, we are going to be live right here. Star Wars Trilogy. Or also join us just on Facebook at that hashtag show. You can watch our show there too. We'll see you guys in just a second. Thank you for joining us. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending in geek
pop culture.
All right.
We good?
Oh, fellas.
We good?
Scoot over because that's my
Yeah,
seat for
exactly.
this.
Yeah.